All right, so I'm going to give you a little status update here of how I've been doing, how my wife and I have been doing. We both do this. It's kind of like a poor man's family business, and yeah, we have fun with it. So again, my eBay selling overview. I bet you're dying to know. Well, maybe you're not, but anyway, we'll tell you anyway about how we've done the last 90 days. That's all it keeps track of on here, and so we've been hitting it kind of hard with selling some different items. Got lucky on a couple of things. Some things, are still sitting in our little eBay. I guess we don't really have a store, but on our eBay listings, and little by little things sell. So let's take a quick look, and it looks like I've sold. What is that? Ooh, I have a magic pen here. Let's use that. I have sold $3 in the last 90 days. That's pretty good, right? Yeah. No, that's not so good. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. I have sold, there we go. That's the 90-day total, $3,617.92. So as you can tell, I've sold 79 items during that time frame, and I have unsold 887 items, which all that means is it just keeps listing again and again. So again, some of these items that are in unsold, maybe it takes a couple weeks, maybe even months, and eventually the goal is for it to go from unsold to, ooh, fancy that, it's an arrow, to the sold category, right? And then these are my items of what are active. So I'm going to click here, and I'm hoping this will allow me to click on my sold items, and I'm hoping it doesn't show anything but just the items that I've sold. And like I said, I'll try to keep people's names out of it, but I'll give you a quick rundown of what I've sold if you're curious. If you're not, then just click away, go check out somebody else's channel, whatever. So anyway, here's the sold items for the last 90 days. And I'll give you a couple backstories if they make sense. So here's my eBay sold items. And again, I've sold 80 items. And here's the first one. So this one actually is, it sold the first time, and then it went ahead and the person decided to change their mind. That was fine. They offered 80. That was last week. I canceled that because they didn't want to get it. And this person, there was 5 people watching it. We just accepted this tonight. And I accepted an offer for $70. So quick rundown on that. I bought these for $5. Well, that's a pretty nice dollar sign. So I bought these for $5 here, and I sold them for $70. So again, $65 profit. I know eBay takes their fees and things like that. In the shipping, they paid $25. My actual cost for shipping was only $18. So honestly, my shipping cost probably paid for my eBay fees. So I'm thinking that's about a $65 profit right there. For me, that's really a good purchase and a good resale. So definitely, if you run across some skates like this, not all skates, but definitely those seem to be, somebody mentioned to me that these types of skates are pretty popular for people that want to do like TikTok videos, things like that. I do not want to do TikTok videos, so I would just like to get my $70 and get some crud out of my garage. So anyway, there's my first one there. Let's see if it'll let me keep scrolling down. And it does. So what is next? My wife bought this item here, 50-cent purchase, and somebody bought it for 20. So last night I was like, sweet, somebody bought that item for $20. And it's in perfect time because it's October. And it's a beer stein. So Oktoberfest is kind of what we're banking on. Now, I should not have their name there. Let me zoom in more. Oops. There we go. Oh, zoom in even more. There we go. I think we'll keep people's names out of it. There we go. All right, so we're going to keep people's names out of it. And so, again, the first item was $70 purchase for skates. And this is perfect because it actually shows the items and what they sold for, and it keeps people's names out. So, yeah, that was pretty classic of me. What else do we have? I got these Carhartt boots, $48, and made a little bit of money on the sale. Honestly, Pretty decent boots. I wore them for a while and actually do like them, but I like the $48 more than I like those. So getting a pair of shoes, took them directly out of my shoe basket and put $48 into my pocket. So that is cool. What else do we have? Oh, here is a camera. And on this camera, I bought it for $20 at one of my favorite thrift stores and sold it for about $60. I thought it would sell for a little bit more. I think I mentioned this in a previous video as one of the items I was shipping out the other night. And yeah, so anyway, that's that. Those were the Crocs. I mentioned those too. Again, used those for a while. My dad used them for a while and still got 20 bucks out of them. So again, that's literally, I think, twice what I paid for them new years ago. These are my wife's purchase. Again, I think $3.18. That was not a very big sale there. 13 bucks for those Under Armour shoes. Not a big deal. You win some, you lose some. Oh, but one thing I did note. So that one I only sold for $13. And so I got all my kids climbing all over me. But anyway, so $13 purchase or $13 sale. But I charged quite a bit. I'm not going to scroll over and have somebody's name on here, but I do know that they paid, I think it was like $23 shipping, and it only cost me like $7 to ship them out. I put them in one of the flat rate bags, so I didn't make $13. I definitely made over $20 on this sale, and the girls are excited to be in a video with me.
I'm sick. Here's
an item we got for free. It came in our house. And hey, girls, can you back off, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay. What's funny ones? All right. So, all right. I'm going to pause the video, I think. Oh, I think maybe they're out of the screen here. You probably want to see them more than me anyway. But anyway, I'll give you a quick rundown. So anyway, this Disneyland, it's an old school Disney World, like a pipe holder back when they sold tobacco products there. Somebody bought it for $50 and they didn't pay. So pay for your stuff, people. How did that transaction go? Not so good. Here's some shoes. I think $5. That's 5 and a 20. This was, I talked about this in a previous video. That was a $2 purchase. Turned that into 40. That was my wife. All right. So anyway, sometimes perfume sells for a decent price. Those people didn't pay yet. So again, I've had a couple non-payments lately. Same with those. So that was kind of lame. $4 here for this tennis racket. I turned that into $27. Not all tennis rackets are valuable. In fact, I'd say most that you'd find at a thrift store are not going to be valuable. This just happened to be a fairly desirable tennis racket. This was my creepy, weird mask that was $4. Turned it into $83. So that was sweet. I think I might have made some money on shipping too, if I remember right. Here's some shoes, some Sperry shoes. Again, not really a profit there, but just it's on here. Here's some boots. I believe those were $8, so $8 into $30. That's a decent little transaction. I think that was a $1.99 purchase. Not really much money. That's okay. Tried for hire. It didn't go. Here was somebody else that bought that same perfume and changed their mind. So 0 for 2. Some items are just like that, but then eventually somebody will buy it and pay for it. Here's some boots. That was $5 into $30. So again, a $25 profit. This was a $1 purchase, and I sold it for $5. Ooh, made a lot of money. Not really, but yeah, if you buy decent shirts that was at a neighbor's yard sale this summer, just down the street from us. We bought a whole bunch of their shirts, and yeah, that you're not going to get rich. Well, probably doing anything that I do, you're going to get rich, but you're definitely not going to get rich doing making $4 per shirt. And all right, so we're back, and there we go. So I had to tell my kids to get out of here because, yeah, anyway, I can't really think with their distractions, but yeah, good kids, but squirrely kids. So anyway, long story short, next item here, this was a Lowe's purchase. Just when they throw a clearance rack up, sometimes I'll take a peek and see what they sell for, items, or what they have and what they've sold for. I bought 3 of these. I need to list this again, see if somebody else wants to buy it. I charged a lot for shipping, I think over $20. So again, it looks like on the total here that I only made 99 cents. which is like what I paid for it. I'm pretty sure I paid $1, but actually I charged, like I said, I think $20 for shipping, and actually shipping cost for me was more like, I think it was like a $7 shipping cost. I just threw it in a flat rate envelope. So again, not a huge profit, but I don't know, made $20 off of it, and it didn't take up much space. So that was worth it. There was those same skates. They returned them. Actually, it didn't leave my house. But again, they sold for a little bit more initially. Changed their mind before I shipped them out. So I just canceled it and reposted it and sold them for $10 cheaper. No biggie. It happens. Here are some shoes. I bought these for $5. Sold them for $27. A decent chunk of change. This was that same neighbor's yard sale down the street. We bought that for $5. I've sold jackets like this for quite a bit more money, more in like the $40 range. So that's what we were hoping for. But for whatever reason, this one, it's a pretty nice jacket, but it just kind of sat and sat and sat and sat. And so I just kept lowering the price and lowering it and lowering it. And finally, $22.99, somebody bought it. I was like, get it out of my garage. Some shoes here. I'm about 90% sure those were about $2. Again, decent little shoes like that. They're pretty easy to sell. If people are looking for those, they're going to cost you a lot more at the Nike store or anywhere else for that matter. Let me click to the next page here. Feel free to not watch this whole video if this is too boring. I'll just kind of keep scrolling through some of these if you're interested. That was one somebody bought, and then they said, oh, it's the wrong size. All right. So I haven't sold that one yet. Again, $2 purchase. Maybe it was $1 purchase, but I think $2 max. I think I have it listed for $12. That's going to end up selling to some Kyle Busch fan or an Eminem fan. Who knows? Probably Kyle Busch. That was a 75-cent purchase. And actually, I made good money on this because it was $12.99. And then shipping was like another $15. I'm not going to scroll over, but that's from my trusty old memory here. So I was pretty excited. I turned $75 into at least $20 on that transaction there. This one's a pretty big one. I wish my son was in the room because this was his first eBay flip ever. He bought a bag of these like Funko Pops. They're basically like a fancy bobblehead doll. And anyway, some of them are not worth anything. Some of them are. So he bought these and a couple of other ones, and these happened to sell for $30. So he made already $28, and he's got a couple of others from that purchase that are for sale. So he's hoping to turn that $2 into like $50. So that's not bad for a 10-year-old. All right, so I am back, and yes, that was my son's first purchase. Pretty sweet. $28 like that profit, especially as a 10-year-old. I would be excited as an old man to do that. So yeah, this was an item. I thought it would do a little bit better. We made some money actually on the shipping because it was a pretty lightweight sweater. I think we picked it up for a couple bucks. Sold it for, we were trying for in the 20 range. Sold for 12. Again, sometimes things that just don't sell, get it out of here. It was like mint condition, 1988 Olympics. Said go for the gold. Again, I thought it was super vintage and cool. It was vintage and cool, but just nobody wanted to buy it. That's just how it works sometimes. These pair of shoes I bought for $3.99 at one of my favorite thrift stores. Cleaned them up a little bit. Actually, we're in good shape. Sold them for $59.99, like within a couple of days, and that was pretty awesome. Bought these old books, 50 cents a pop, and there was 12 of them. So 12 divided by 50 cents. Let me do my math. That's like $6. So 6 into 30, and I made some money off of the shipping, if I remember right too. So not bad. Not great, but not bad. I bought these for $3. Somebody paid $27.99. Some actually a wrestling coach, a college wrestling coach, and they said, "Hey, I changed which team I wrestle or coach for, and all my wrestling shoes are red, and now our colors are like blue." And so he wanted this pair, and I was like, "All right, cool." And I kind of like the backstory too that he wrote me a little note saying he was pretty excited about that. My wife picked up this jacket, I think a couple dollars, something like that. Sold it for $60. Again, hey, old like racing jackets. We've had some pretty good luck with that over the years. Keyboard. These people never paid, canceled. I don't know. I might have this listed for even a higher price because honestly, I don't really want to ship out something big like that, but I need to try. I would sell this for a lot less, like $75 on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, something like that. Just to not have to ship it and still make a couple bucks. We paid $25 for it, and it's actually pretty cool. We already have a piano. If not, we would probably just keep it for ourselves. Bought this for $2. A little Barbie fashionista, $12.50. So that plus shipping, yeah, you're never going to get rich on things like that, but make it a little bit of money. This was that one mask. So somebody said they wanted to buy it for $50, changed their mind, didn't pay, and then I resold it for $83. So sometimes, and that was just a week difference. So again, $50 and the person changed their mind, and sometimes that's a blessing because the next week, what did I make? Another $33 literally the next week off of this ugly mask. Again, I don't get it, but to each their own, I guess. This was a pretty sweet find years ago. This is not our first sale of this item, but something to keep an eye out for if you go to like yard sales or estate sales, things like that. Keep an eye out for different colognes and perfumes that they don't make anymore. And so this had a really fun backstory of, well, honestly, so we sold the one years ago. I kind of forgot about this. This just sat in my wife's perfume drawer. And I took a look in there and it still had the label, the wrapper on it and everything. And so I threw it on, and I think we had it for a price of maybe $100. And the person said, look, 10 years ago when they were getting together with their fiance, this was his cologne, and they're celebrating their anniversary. And actually, I think it was his birthday. And she just thought this would be really special to get this for him. Would I be willing to be a little bit flexible on the price? So again, everybody else was charging over 100. I might have been over 100 too, just to start out with. But I think she said, would you sell it for 75? I'm like, yes. Click. Yes. I wrapped it up really good, sold it. It made it without breaking it. So items like this, the only difference is if you sell perfumes or colognes, they have to be ground shipping. So it just takes like more time to get there. So that's the one thing to know, because you can't send like flammable items in airplanes. That would probably be bad. You might get in a little trouble for that. So anyway, that's that. Here's a book we picked up years ago. Honestly, just sat on our bookshelf for years. Turned something collecting cobwebs into $15. So old books, people like those sometimes. Just depends on the books. Here is some books we picked up. I think $1.50 for the lot. They look small. They like small books. Let's click on that. Oh, will it open? It will. I don't want to show anybody's name though. Let's see. Okay, here it is. So anyway, these are pretty big books. That's the case and the covers for them. And so they're big books. Yeah, they're like homeschooling books, and it's like looking at like nature and his Bible verses. Honestly, for homeschooling this year, my wife liked it, but we looked it up on eBay, and that kind of made the decision for us because other people had sold them for like $75, and somebody wanted them that, yeah, they were pretty excited about them. So, not 75, but I think we sold them for 60. Again, made some profit. The shipping, made a little bit of money off that too. Let's see what else we have here. We've got, oh, this one did not turn out good. I bought these, I think 2 for $1. So $1, I sold them. And like that night, somebody made an offer, $10. I thought, I'm not going to make that much money off these. I thought they were kind of cool KOA cups, mugs. I bubble wrapped them, and I packaged them, I thought, pretty well. And the person like sent me a bunch of messages, was super mad. But they showed me a picture of the box too, and the box was all smashed in. And that was my first experience of something just getting just destroyed by U.S. Postal Service. Somebody kicked it, threw it around, whatever. So, yeah, he was mad. Like, what are you going to do about this? Like, refund your money. So, again, I lost money there. That's okay. Bought him for $1, and this was his price. So $26.39, that would have been his purchase price, and his shipping. Of course, I'm just refunding all of it. He's bummed both mugs got destroyed. I'm bummed. I didn't make $10. Actually, even worse, I didn't make, what is it, $26.39. plus the dollar I purchased. So honestly, I lost like $30 here. Again, that was a bummer. Lesson learned. If I do glass items, I need to wrap them really well and probably put Fragile on them. And honestly, just hope for the best. Probably could take it up with U.S. Postal Service. They'll probably just tell me, forget about it. Here's a camera. That's a $1.99 purchase. Turned it into $25. So cameras, if you run across those, some are not worth anything. Some are. So just again, throw it on eBay what the name of the model is, and I can show you at some point if anybody's interested. You just click on, type it in and click your filter to sold items.
And make sure to subscribe.
And make sure to what? Up in the video here. They can't see you. Here's the camera right here. Make sure to what?
Make sure to
subscribe to my poor man's channel here.
The bell button.
Hit the bell button. I doubt my page has a bell button. Maybe it does. But anyway, we're just doing this for fun. If anybody actually likes watching my videos, tell me about it. And if you don't, then why are you watching my videos in the first place? So anyway, here's some shoes. That was $10, a $10 purchase. My wife actually liked those for me. I liked that $20 in my pocket. So I sold them. I've got plenty of nice shoes. This was my deal. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I can show you guys this. So this was, the story on this one is, I'll click it so you can see it. You see the $200 profit there. I paid $20 for this. And so just going back, what I went ahead and did is I went to one of my favorite stores, and in the collector's case, they had this item here. And this item, let's see if I can pull up the picture. Yeah, that was my picture there I took. So I literally held this ball in my hands, a Mickey Mantle signed baseball. So that was, again, how do I know this is real? How do I know it's not just some fake that somebody did? I typed in Mickey Mantle autograph, and I looked it up, and you know what's funny? The Mickey Mantle autograph looked just like that, right? That was it. But again, people can forge things pretty nicely. I'll click through here really quickly, and you'll see there's my hand and my picture, and it says to Tyler. That was the other thing. I'm like, could be a forgery, and plus, my name's not Tyler. So, yeah, those are two bummers right there. But, yeah, so I went ahead and, so that was the thing that I thought, no big, probably not worth anything. But anyway, again, just an official league, genuine leather. That didn't mean anything, but I think this here was the dead giveaway where it says Reserve Life Insurance Company. I didn't know it at the time. I actually thought that would have maybe hurt the value of it, but actually this was what made it like proof that it was the real thing. Because if you Google Mickey Mantle and Reserve Life Insurance Company, what ends up coming up is that Mickey Mantle, there was a time that he was a life insurance, vice president for this company. Probably just, he's Mickey Mantle. His name associated with any companies can be a big deal. And so what he would do for big clients is he would sign a little autograph. And so this is a perfect example. Signed an autograph for somebody named Tyler, somebody whose son was named Tyler, something like that, and went ahead and they got it. They thought it was cool to have a Mickey Mantle baseball. And again, when he was alive, that's still cool to have a Mickey Mantle baseball. Mickey Mantle died like over 20 years ago, one of the best baseball players ever. And so, yeah, that's why somebody would, a couple people were offering me on this, and I took an offer for $200. I actually made a counter offer on that, and that was pretty sweet. So that was my $200, $180 profit. Again, if that happened all the time, I would be a wealthy man. I'm not a wealthy man, just an average Joe. This was another one that was pretty sweet. Bought this for $3. I love jerseys. I literally like jerseys. I've liked them since I was a kid. And some of these vintage ones, I was thinking I'd make 20 or $30 off of this. It was an old school Damon Stoudemire jersey when he played on the Blazers. And when I typed this in, I thought it was a fluke because every Damon Stoudemire jersey that was for sale, that was like for the Blazers this era, was like $150, $200, something like that. So I thought, well, if that's what they're listing theirs for, why don't I shoot for the moon also? So anyway, I went ahead and did that, and had a couple offers for one, 50, but they made lower offers, like $95, $99, things like that. And so it didn't sell the first time. So I think I lowered the price to $125, thinking, well, maybe they'll make an offer for $125. Didn't do it, but they did buy it for $100. So that was pretty sweet. This I bought. This was that same day as the Mickey Mantle baseball. So this was a Lego Big Ben set. They don't make this model anymore. Bought it for $40, more than I would typically spend. But the only reason I did it is I looked it up, and new ones that are sealed are like $400 or $500, and even used ones were selling for like $150, something like that.
Is this it?
That is not it, but yeah, that's shipped out. But the guy was super excited. Again, he bought it for $125, which is way more than I would spend. But if you're a Lego guy, please stop. But if you're a Lego guy and this is what you're looking for, $125 versus like $300, and that's like half price. You're getting this on the cheap. For me, that's pretty expensive. I would never buy that. This took a little bit to sell, a little bit of time. We bought it this summer. My wife bought it at a yard sale, $5. It was like one of those super large Bratz dolls. Don't like those, but I think that was a Harry Tornado thing where he said, hey, sometimes these sell. My wife took a gamble on it, and her gamble was right. $5 into $47. That's pretty cool. What else?
And don't forget to
the camera part's right here, girls.
Don't forget
to what?
Don't forget to thumbs up and like this video and comment down below.
Yeah, comment and don't say I'm terrible and stuff.
Yeah, make sure to like the bell.
Don't break my computer, please. Okay, we got it. Thank you.
And hit the bell.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm not going to go through all of these listings. Maybe just, let's do about 5 more, and you get a snapshot of some of the awesome ones. Again, the Mickey Mantle one, that was my biggest score. But there's other ones that do all right, too. This item here, highlight clicks. I'm probably just going to break something if I did that. But anyway, I purchased this for $5. Somebody offered $14, sold it. There was actually 3 of them that I could have bought, but I didn't want to fill my garage with these and have them all not sell. So hindsight, they were all brand new. I could have bought them and made, $10 profit on each of them. But maybe I'd still be sitting on, maybe I'd have a bunch in my garage too right now. So that's fine. Didn't make a ton of money. Again, a garage sale find, boots, made in USA boots. This was $5 into $30. Again, I thought I'd make a little bit more. They were kind of in rough condition. $30, again, $25 profit. Here was a $1.99 camera into $40. I bought a bunch of cameras one time at one of my favorite thrift stores, and that was a pretty sweet deal. So $2 into $40. Here was, I think I doubled my money on this one, 5 into 10. I don't know. I should have.
I'll tell you the
Shouldn't
secret
have.
my dad has.
What's my secret? What's my favorite store? I've got 2 favorite stores. Deseret Industries. I've been getting some sweet deals, but also there's a place called the Eatonville Mercantile that is off the hook too. So I think that's about it. Maybe I'll do a lightning round of, what else? So kids' shoes. I think that was turning $1 into $8. Somebody's happy with their shoes. Got a couple bucks. It's almost the same thing. $1 into $8. Again, $7. If you find kids' shoes that slip on, Vans that are in good shape, sweet. Go ahead and sell those. Kids love those. Parents love those. They don't have to tie their kids' shoes. Camera. Again, this was either $1.99 or maybe it was like $4. Again, sold it for $50. Sweet. Sold a LL Bean sweater. I guarantee that was a garage sale purchase, probably $2 into $30. Camera. This was another part of that camera lot. Probably $2 into $40. Yes, I made some money off that. This I sold the person. Yeah, anyway, negative feedback. That was like my first negative feedback in forever. They said that they it wasn't original, but it came like with our Surface that we got. The one I bought for my wife, but maybe that was not the original one when I bought it because it was a like a refurbished one. Anyway, it was only a $10 sale. They could have just said, hey, I want my money back. That would have been fine, but instead they'd said nothing and gave me negative feedback. Whatever. North Face shirt, that was $1 and $12.
At least he bought it.
There we go. Here's a shirt, probably $3, something like that, and $20. Here's another shirt, a $20 shirt. Teddy Rumpskin.
That's my Teddy Rumpskin.
$20. And I couldn't find that shirt, so I had to cancel it. And
I get the money for the Teddy Rumpskin.
this one I sold. This was one of that same yard sale. Bought it for $1, sold it for $8. This one didn't turn out good because shipping, they shipped it to somebody in my same town, but everything on my label said to ship it to Texas. Again, lost money there. I'm not going to really research it or work that hard. Lost a couple bucks. Not a big deal. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I made a couple bucks. I had 2 sets of that same book. I like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you ever see the board game, it is called, it's not called Cash Flow Quadrant. I forget what it's called, but it's, I should just look it up. I've sold it like 3 times, and each time I've sold it for between $20 and $40. I think $40 was the highest. So if you buy it for like $1 or $2, that's a good deal. But the books, they don't sell that much. This was part of that lot. Bought this shirt, this Jordan shirt for $1, sold it for $13. So that was cool. Bought this shirt for $1, sold it for $10. So again, you're not going to get rich off these, but if you, let's say if you buy 5 shirts for $5 and you sell them for $10 a pop, you know, all of a sudden you've turned $5 into $50. That's not bad. Shirts are super easy to ship. My wife, I think she found this in our house that we bought. It's an old school hand painted like Mexican skirt. So the cost on that, $0. We found it. She just thought it was kind of cool. We didn't list it. I don't know. It must have been in a storage bin for years. Finally, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and list this. And so she listed it, had a bunch of interest. Somebody paid $91 for it. I don't get it, but cool. Here's some Danner boots. These are the same ones that sold for $30. Somebody paid $65 for them and changed their mind. So that's the thing where prices can vary just so much from high to low. I sold these for $65. If that deal went through and they paid for them, I made $65, or I think he paid $5 for them, so I made $60 profit. However, they changed their mind, and these just sat and sat and sat. And somebody offered $30. I was like, get them out of here. What is this? Oh, vintage Boy Scout stuff. This was a very small. This was the last of my item. This was part of my haul, though. Last year, I found a bunch of old Boy Scout things. Oh, no, thank you. And so old school Boy Scout things, I sold for like about $1,000. That was last year, though, and just sold them as lots, and people went crazy for them. Old school, what do they call them? Like neckerchiefs and stuff, things like that from old school Boy Scout troops that don't exist anymore in Indiana, that area, things like that.
Maisie's eating something that's quick.
So anyway, I think I'm being long-winded, like always, but I'll just keep scrolling through here. Fiesta wear, that sells. Baby float, doesn't sell. Bought a bunch of those for cheap, and I still have them. So if you want one of those, like or subscribe to my channel, and I'll give you one.
For free.
For free. Patagonia shoes. I forget if it was $2 or $5.
It's a winning
Maybe
price.
$5, but again, $5 into $45. Patagonia sells. People like it. Some old Waverly, fabric. Sold that. My wife sold it for $40. I don't even know why we had it. But again, if you find old fabric, if somebody has that style and they need to replace something, they're going to look for it and they're going to pay top dollar for it. Michael Jordan. Here's another one. Again, from that same lot. Turning $1 into $10.55. So even though I lost money on, I think, one of those deals, I still have made, $40-$50 off of that lot. REI. And anyway, that's it for now. And if you guys hopefully that was a good little snapshot of some of the items that I've sold. Just odds and ends, some for a lot of money, some for not that much money, and my kids are ransacking my house, so I better stop my video. But hopefully that was helpful and interesting to you. And make sure, like my girl said, like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, that's about it. All right. Hope you guys have an awesome night.